Hey guys, Jaime here again with another stock related video. One question that I get very often is, Jaime, what's a dividend? And every time I get the question, I tell people the same thing. So today I'm going to be sharing with you what a dividend is. I think it's important. I think it's relevant today just because of the stock market crash, right? If people are trying to get into stock right now is the best time to do it. And knowing what dividends are is really important because it's the difference between you not making any money over the next year or making some money. And that's why I'm going to go over 5 questions that I get asked the most regarding dividends. These 5 questions are: what is a dividend? How many times does a company pay a dividend? Do all stocks have dividends? Do they all pay out during the same month? And finally, what is an ex-dividend date? Also, if you stay through the whole video, you're going to get question number 6, which is a bonus question, which is really important. The question is, Jaime, how do you feel about dividends? So with that being said, let's get started. Question number 1, which is, what is a dividend? The definition from NerdWallet is, dividends are payments made by a company to owners of the company's stock. They are a way for companies to distribute revenue back to investors, and one of the ways investors earn a return from investing in a stock. Very simplistically speaking, dividend, whenever you hear of dividend, think of cash, right? And all it is when a company gives out a dividend, this mysterious dividend, all it is a company that gives you money, right? Cash that you can reinvest, you can use it to buy something, right? You don't have to invest it back in the stock. You can invest it in any stock or just take it out. The dividend is a percentage, right? So when somebody says, let's give you an example. When somebody says that a stock that is worth $100 has a 2% dividend, what does that mean? That means that over the course of a year, 2% of 100 is $2. So in 1 year, you will make $2 from this stock. And let's say you buy 10 shares. What? You're going to make $20. So that's what a dividend is, right? That's not including the appreciation or depreciation of the stock. You buy the stock now at 100, in a year it could be worth 120 or 105 or $95 or $50. Regardless, the dividend is going to come to you depending on the percentage multiplied by the stock's price. And that's the answer to question number 1. Question number 2, how many times does the stock pay its dividends? And the answer is 4. And that means that over the course of 12 months or a year, the stock will pay out the yearly dividend divided by 4. So the earlier example, we had a stock that was worth $100 and you expect it to make $2 in a year. Meaning that every quarter you're going to make 50 cents, right? Because $2 divided by 4 is 50 cents. So that's how dividends work, and that's how they're paid out every 3 months or every quarter. Question number 3, do all stocks pay dividends? No, not all stocks pay dividends. I would say most of them do that I've seen, but a lot of the new tech companies, volatile like Tesla, those kind of companies, the pharmaceuticals, they don't, right? The stable companies like Starbucks and Apple and Microsoft and the S&P 500 ETFs, all those have a dividend, some higher than others, ranging from 1% to 3%, anywhere in between. And there are some stocks or ETFs that specialize in handing out dividends, and they can go as high as 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13%. AT&T is an example of one that has around a 7% dividend, which is really, really good. That's why people like AT&T. Question number 4, do all stocks pay out dividends in the same months, right? The answer is no. So for example, if I have a stock that gives me money in January and then February, March, April, and then June, July, August, and then, every 3 months, doesn't mean that every stock gives me money in January or April, right? If a stock gives me a dividend in February, then 3 months later, May, it will give me a dividend. So what people do is they structure this to get steady income. So there are people out there who have so many different stocks that have so many different dividends. All you really need is 3 different ones, right? You will get income every month passively from dividends. And that's a really good strategy if you're into that because it's really short-term satisfaction. I really enjoy that. And the final question is, what is an ex-dividend date, right? So an ex-dividend date is a date set by the stock that recurs every 3 months, 4 times a year, where if you want to get a dividend, you have to make that cut. So let's say today is the ex-dividend date. If I buy a stock tomorrow, I will not get a dividend for this specific stock in the next dividend payout. I will have to wait until the next one because I did not make the cut. If I buy the stock yesterday and today is the ex-dividend date, then I made the cut. So meaning in the next payout, I will be part of it. That's all the ex-dividend date is. It's not too important. It's not a deal breaker, but just so you know, hey, I bought this stock. I'm supposed to be getting paid. Oh, but I bought it right after the ex-dividend date. So I have to wait 3 more months. That's what that is. Okay? And if you sell it right before the ex-dividend date, you will not get the dividends for that payout period. And the final question, a bonus question, is how do I feel about dividends? And tell you the truth, I love dividends. Okay? All of the stocks that I buy pay dividends, except for about 3. But I have around 20 different stocks that I have, and most of them pay dividends. Some of them are because of the whole, inflation, and these stocks are half off and 75% off. The dividend is really inflated. If you look at the numbers, it's going to say 23%, 25%, 44%. Really high numbers. But regardless, I love dividends. It's a way to get cash consistently every 3 months. And I can't complain. So I hope you learned a lot today. Dividends are really important. They can make or break the deal, right? Some stocks go up in value, they appreciate, but don't give you dividends. And some stocks do both. So next time you go on Robinhood, you know what? Actually, let me show you where to find the dividend information. So I'm going to go on the Robinhood app. Okay, so we're here at the Robinhood app, and let's show you an example of Starbucks. Okay, so as you can see here, Starbucks today is $58.42, and the dividend is 2.83. Okay, so I actually have the numbers from this. I made the calculations earlier. So if Starbucks is $54.42 and the dividend is 2.83%, if you multiply 58.42 times 0.0283, you will get $1.65. Okay? So that means that if you buy Starbucks today, 1 share, and you hold on to it for a year, you will get $1.65 over the course of a year, or about 40 cents every quarter. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot more. My goal is for you to make as much money as possible, and that's what I'm here for. So until next time, be safe.